Another major upgrade to backwards compatibility has arrived today on the Xbox Series X and S. We got some great news today, and it is that the FPS boost, a feature that was teased back in October, where it allows games to be automatically upgraded from 30 FPS to 60 FPS, or even all the way up to 120 FPS without the help from the developers that created the game, is released today on the Xbox Series X and S. Now, before we jump into this, if you guys are new here and you enjoy what you see throughout this video, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button to help this channel grow, help grow this community, and we can have some great conversations in the comments below. So last week I made a video talking about FPS boost and how I was really hoping that we would get that announcement for FPS boost this week, because it was rumored to be coming out today on February 17th, and Xbox delivered. They dropped their first implementation with a few games that will have FPS boost. Now, it is only these games here right now. It's Far Cry 4, Sniper Elite 4, Watch Dogs 2, UFC 4, and Super Lucky's Tale, or New Super Lucky's Tale. And I literally just beat New Super Lucky's Tale. I kind of wish I would have waited, but I'll probably check it out now to see what the FPS boost does. And this feature has me just extremely excited. This is something that is awesome, and the main reason I'm extremely excited is for this thing here. So with the increased CPU, GPU, and memory from the new consoles, all the existing games look and play better. With certain titles, we can make the experience even better, all with no work required by the developer and no update needed by the gamer. So this here, no work required by the developer and no update needed by the gamer, is such a massive thing. I think one of the main reasons some backwards compatibility games either don't work or don't have any of the upgrades is because the developers do not want to go in and put in extra time into a game in order to make sure that it gets those updates, because there really is no great return on investment, no return on their time if the player base is going to be so tiny. So the fact that the Xbox Series X and S and the Xbox team have come up with a workaround which allows this automatic FPS boost, so games that are locked to 30 frames per second can get that boost up to 60 or 120 frames per second, it's just honestly an incredible thing. It says here the backwards compatibility team has developed FPS boost, which employs a variety of new methods for nearly doubling and in a few instances quadrupling the original frame rate on select titles. They also go on to say here, and while not applicable to all games, these new techniques can push game engines to render more quickly for a buttery smooth experience beyond what the original game might have delivered due to the capabilities of the hardware at the time. Now they say here it's not applicable to all games, but they have also said down here that this is just the beginning and they will announce and release more titles featuring FPS boosts soon. So that's awesome to hear, because obviously right now there's only these five games that are available with FPS boost, but like they said, this is only the beginning. I'm really excited to see how far this implementation goes, how many games get this boost, and how they're going to really handle it. Are they going to just release games randomly that have it once it's complete? Are they going to do like a monthly thing where they have their Game Pass release games, then they have their backwards compatibility enhancements that come out with auto HDR, with the FPS boost? And what's great is that all of these enhancements for backwards compatibility will apply to all games on Game Pass and games that maybe you have a physical copy for, if it supports these features. And the games that do get the FPS boost, you're actually going to also have the choice if you want to use it or not. You can turn it off and you can play the game the way that it originally came out on the Xbox One or the 360 or the original Xbox. But I mean, I'm not sure really who would want to not have that FPS boost. I love games that get FPS boost. I love games that get those upgrades. It really does just make a difference in the enjoyability of a game. Like when you play games that have been remastered from, let's say, the 360 or even from the original Xbox, and then they have better frame rates, it's like you're playing a brand new game at times. And all of the games with FPS boost now will have this FPS boost badge. I'm not sure if this is out yet. Actually, I think they say here that they will be rolling out new menu icons and system settings in an upcoming system update. So whenever that comes, this badge will be here for the games that have FPS boost. So I'm extremely excited about this. This is a feature that in reality, when they first showed it off, I was super hyped. And then I kind of just forgot about it a little bit because it was back in October and they went silent on it. And after I kind of forgot about it, it kind of went to the back of my mind. I thought that the only way backwards compatible games were going to be able to get FPS boosts were if the developers went in and unlocked the frame rates. And then I was kind of skeptical in my mind about how many developers would want to do that because, I mean, in general, there's a large catalog of backwards compatible games, and developers don't really want to put in more work in order to increase the frame rates and put more code into these games just so a small select amount of few people play it. So the fact that this just uses the hardware of the Xbox Series X and S and the developers have to do nothing is extremely promising, and it's something that I'm going to keep my eye on. I can't wait to see what the next release of games is, and I'm hoping that they really do bring this out not only to Xbox One games but also to 360 games and any original Xbox games that need it. I think it's going to be really cool. The first game I'm going to jump into with this is going to be Far Cry 4 because, I mean, that's a first-person shooter, and anytime you get better frames, the more enjoyable those games are. I'll probably check out Sniper Elite 4. I'll probably play Super Lucky's Tale, just like see what it's like at the 120 FPS because I just beat it, and honestly that was kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine. I found that game pretty fun. It was easy. It's obviously made for kids, but I've said this in a previous video. I'm just like confused why I liked it so much. I mean, I love platformers. I just didn't expect to like new Super Lucky Tale as much as I did. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. I'm excited, as you can tell. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Are you going to be playing any of these first games that have come out and have the FPS boost? Which game do you want to see get FPS boost? And overall, what's your excitement level for this entire feature? Thank you guys for watching. If you are new here and you enjoy what you see throughout this video, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button to help this channel grow, help grow this community, so we can just have great conversations about everything that comes out with the Xbox, about this generation going forward. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.